Hello, hello. Testing, testing, testing. 1, 2, 3. See, coming back live and direct. Hopefully, you guys can hear me. Oh, gotta fix that up right there. All right. Let me see. How is everybody doing out there today? Let me finish hooking everything up right quick. If you will. Hey, what's up, gas? Gas up. All right, just finishing up. Hey, what's up? 615. All right. Let me see. I'm setting everything up right now. Let me see. Let me make sure the awa's working. Awa. Hey, what up, Kayla? How's it going? Welcome back to a new episode of You Have a Collect Call From. And let's see who's going to be strolling in today. Maricopa County Night Court. And this is going to be the last court of the night, if that makes any sense. Hey, thank you. Hey, what's up, Gio? Hey, gracias for liking. Hey, highly appreciate that. If you're tapping, you're definitely not napping. Highly appreciate it. And if you're just showing up right now, I would really appreciate it if you hit that follow button. It's free. It's free 99. Doesn't cost you a thing. And let's go ahead and get that gallo going, if you will. That's right. We got that gallo, and you're like, man, it's nighttime. It's morning time somewhere, just not here. But don't even trip. All right. I think I'm done setting. Oh yeah, you just gotta turn on the camera over here on YouTube, if you will.
All right.
All rise. Okay, got the camera on there, and I just gotta open up the chat.
Thank you. You may be seated.
All right, what kind of cases do you... she's mad. She's typing highly upset right now. Hey, thank you for the likes. Highly appreciated.
Good evening. This is the time set for the 11 p.m. calendar on March 5th, 2025. The taking of DNA and fingerprints that were given on the first calendar of this month shall apply to all matters on this calendar. I'll call you each one at a time to stand at the podium and a second name to sit in the chair outside of this room. If I can have Mr. Alvarez to the podium and Mr. Geary to the chair.
She's very snappy lately. Yeah, she might be. It might be that time of the month.
Good evening, sir. Can I get your name and date of birth?
Yes, Your Honor. Juan Carlos Alvarez, 12/60/1980.
Thank you, sir. And it does look like we are here on a new Superior Court case.
Wow.
Can I say something, Your Honor?
I'm going to go over everything, and then I'll give you a chance to speak, okay?
Yeah, slow your roll.
It looks like we're here on offense date of December 11th, 2024. And it's for one count of shoplifting, a Class 4 felony. Probable cause has been found, and I'm going to appoint an attorney to represent you. And I'm also going to give you some hearing dates in the downtown Superior Courthouse. You're going to have a status conference on March 11th at 8:30, an evidentiary hearing on March 12th at 1:30, and a preliminary hearing on March 13th at 8:30 in the morning. It does look like you have another pending case right now, and you were seen by the judge on that on November 6, 2024. Because you were out on bond at the time this offense was committed, you're not eligible for bond tonight. So you will be held in custody until your evidentiary hearing on March 12th at 1:30, and that's the time set for your attorney to present evidence to the court to determine if bond will be set. Now, what was your question?
I'm actually on bond right now, and then
you ain't going nowhere then.
Quarter to 12. That thing is just it's old. I know I'm not trying to give you any hard time about that, but actually start a job tomorrow, man. Because all this stuff has been causing me problems with my jobs when I got laid off.
I hate when that
happens.
happens.
But tomorrow I start a new job, Otherwise, I'm going to lose my apartment.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to lose everything. And I was just hoping that I could get like OR. Reason why is because I got a job waiting for me tomorrow.
We heard that part already.
Yesterday, before I went to my probation, I actually went and applied because my friend did me that favor that got me to his crew. And I do concrete for a living, like I do construction.
Órale.
I'm supposed to start at Double G, and I was hoping that you could just give me one chance, man. I'm being good with my showing up to court.
Yep. Never failed to show up.
The problem is it's not within my discretion. When you were given those release orders on November 6th,
but you see what
the
happened
law
was
requires if any additional felony is committed while you're on that release, it requires me to hold you non-bondable. It's not a choice I'm making today. It's the law. Man, so unfortunately, I cannot release you. Your first opportunity for release will be March 12th at 1:30.
Oh, man, he put in my word.
Thank you, sir.
He didn't even say thank you, man. Come
Geary
on, my boy,
to the
walking
podium,
away like that.
And Mr. Velazquez to the chair.
At the end of the day, you just got to realize that you did it to yourself, homeboy. Let me see. Oh, we got the prosecution. Oh, this fool, he's done. Let's see what this whippersnapper did.
Good evening, sir. Could I get your name and date of birth?
John Lee Geary. It's 12/22/65.
Thank you, sir. And do I have the state on the line? Ms. Stetson, I can't hear you.
Sorry, Your Honor. Yes, the state is here. Good evening. Ashley Stetson on behalf of the state.
Thank you, counsel. And do I have counsel for Mr. Geary on the line?
Yes, Your Honor. Rebecca Torres from the Office of the Public Defender on behalf of John Geary.
Yeah, what they got the public pretender up in here?
Thank you. And do I have a victim advocate on the line?
Victim advocate? Did I have something on my face right now?
And if you're speaking, I cannot hear you. If you press *6, it should unmute you.
*6. Come on, guys. Get with the program here. Hey, he's definitely in bad shape. He is. A spiritual bombshell. This fool,
is there a legal representative on the line that can hear me?
His breathing pattern is definitely off right now. He might be going to the other side.
Is it the number ending in 2327?
He might be heading to the
crossroads. Okay, still showing that you're muted. If you're on a phone, you'll have to press *6 to unmute yourself so we can hear you.
Estrella 6, por favor. *6.
All right, can you say that?
Oh, finally.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and start with the victim's right advisement. If you are a victim of a crime with a case pending before this court, you are advised that you have rights under Arizona law that, among others, include the right to be treated with fairness, respect, and dignity, to a speedy trial, to be present at court proceedings, to choose whether or not to be interviewed by the defendant or the defendant's attorney, to be heard before the court makes a decision on release, negotiation of a plea, scheduling and sentencing, and to receive restitution from a person who is convicted of causing you loss. If you have not already been provided with a written statement of all victims' rights, please contact the Victim Services Division of the Prosecutor's Office. Can I get the legal representative's name that is on the line with us?
Melissa Camarena and Tanya Knox.
Thank you so much.
Hey, gracias, Gio El Paisa. Highly
We're
appreciate
here today on a grand jury warrant that was issued, and it is for an offense date of May 8th, 2023, and it includes 1 count of manslaughter, a Class 2 felony, and 1 count of leaving the scene of a fatal injury accident, a Class 2 felony.
Damn, so he mowed somebody down.
Rebecca Torres has entered her appearance in this case and has indicated she is going to represent you, Mr. Geary, so I will note that on your paperwork.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
I am also going to set an arraignment hearing in the downtown Superior Courthouse on March 12th, 2025 at 8:30 in the morning. And now, before I proceed with any release conditions, would either of the representatives like to speak here today?
Oh, yeah, definitely, 110%.
All right.
Timothy
Who's going to
turn? I'm sorry, Melissa Camarena, his aunt.
Thank you so much. Please move forward with speaking.
Timothy had only turned 30 years old a month before he was killed. He had moved to Arizona as a young man and had been working as a welder for Sub-Zero. He was well respected and well liked by his peers. He was sometimes shy and very much a quiet kind of guy. He was going home after working the graveyard shift and was killed only a few blocks from home. He was single at the time of his death, and as we cleaned out his personal belongings, found that he was taking classes to improve himself. He was investing in his future and planning for retirement. We will never know the financial loss because we will never get to see him realize his full potential. The emotional toll will never be counted. He will never marry. He will never produce children. He was a cousin, a brother, a son, a grandson, and a nephew. His life was taken by a person who does not deserve to walk this earth as a free man. His numerous arrests and failure to appear are proof that not only does he refuse to reform, but that he deliberately runs from the consequences of his actions. He has been free, while we have been left to wonder if justice will ever be served. Please do not allow this individual to post bond. Thank you to the court for your time.
Maricopa County, Arizona.
Thank you, Melissa. And Tanya, did you want to speak this evening?
No, ma'am, I can't right now. Thank you, Bill.
I understand. Thank you for being here today. Ms. Stetson, did you want to put the recommendation for the state on the record?
Yes, Your Honor. This was a grand jury case, so the state has very limited information on it. However, the state was able to look at the warrant, which provided some information that I believe the court needs to hear. First, Your Honor, the suspect has a very long criminal history, including 12 convictions, 3 of which are misconduct involving a weapon. He also has a known failure to appear record. He absconded from probation for 4 years, Your Honor. Additionally, since this offense occurred, he has picked up an additional misconduct involving a weapon. But what's more concerning, Your Honor, is that someone passed away due to this suspect's alleged behavior. It alleged that he was under the influence of methamphetamine when he rear-ended the victim, Your Honor. So the state does ask, Your Honor, to affirm the $250,000 cash bond. The state is also requesting no contact with the victim's family, drug and alcohol monitoring, no returning to the scene of the incident, no contact with any witnesses or law enforcement involved in the case, as well as no possession of firearms in any other conditions Your Honor sees as fit. Thank you.
Thank you, counsel. And Ms. Torres, would you like to put your recommendation on the record?
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you. I understand the state is recommending $250,000 cash only bond, but we're respectfully recommending release to pretrial services. Mr. Geary currently has 2 cases with me. He has the misconduct involving weapons and a probation violation. And since the beginning of these cases with me, he has kept in communication. He's never missed 1 court date since July 2024. And the Bail Project actually paid for his bond in both matters. And they're providing him resources to make sure he gets to court. They call him to remind him about his court dates, and they provide him transportation to court. Even when he's in the hospital, he always calls me and he makes an effort to appear for court virtually.
Screw that.
This past year, he's been in and out of the hospital with severe edema, stage 4 kidney failure, hepatitis C, and many other ailments. And he needs intensive critical treatment, and he needs to begin dialysis soon. The state's counsel and I have been discussing these charges since I was first appointed to Mr. Geary. He's been aware that they were coming. He still appeared for every court date, so he's not a flight risk. Regarding his probation violation, the state is alleging that he absconded from probation for 4 years, but he actually didn't start his probation until 2022 upon his release from prison. And he actually graduated down from IPS to standard probation. His PO filed a request to discharge him from that probation in July 2024. And it was only denied because these new charges were filed.
Only.
In the request, his probation officer states he successfully completed substance abuse treatment, reported as directed, and maintained a stable residence. The only condition in the was that he was not compliant with what were the fines, and the only petition to revoke that was ever filed against him was for the Term 1 violation in the 2024 case. And furthermore, regretfully, this offense occurred almost 2 years ago in May 2023.
Like that makes it any less
his
worse.
severe medical conditions and most recent performance on probation demonstrate he's not a danger to the community. His need for medical treatment and desire to put this unfortunate accident behind him will motivate him to appear in court. And for these unique and serious circumstances, we do believe release to pretrial services is appropriate.
What do you guys think?
Thank you, Ms. Torres.
Do you guys feel like this guy would?
I appreciate everybody being here today and providing the comments and recommendations that they did. We are here on a very serious charge. This is also a recent warrant that was issued. It was issued February 27th, 2025. And as counsel knows, when it comes in through a grand jury, that information is sealed. I do not have any of the underlying facts of this case. I just simply have that a grand jury indicted you on these charges, and the judicial officer that heard the circumstances felt that a $250,000 cash bond was appropriate. And because I don't have any additional information to do something otherwise, I am affirming the bond of $250,000 cash. I am ordering that you not return to the scene of the alleged crime. You are not to have any contact with the victim's next of kin or any person entitled to victims' rights in this case. Your next hearing will be on March 12th at 8:30. Our hearing is concluded. If you'll step to your left, they'll give you your paperwork, sir. I appreciate you, Melissa and Tanya, for appearing here today. You can appear at the next hearing. Again, that is March 12th at 8:30. And thank you, Ms. Stetson and Ms. Torres. You are all free to disconnect at this time.
Thank you.
Man, he's had a pretty good ride. You know,
Can I Mr. Velasquez to the podium and Mr. Tovar to the chair?
He took somebody out, and
Good evening. Could I get your name and date of birth?
Good evening, Your Honor. Jose Juvenal Velasquez, September 15, 2003.
Thank you, sir. And it does look like you're here on a grand jury warrant today. It's for an offense date of October 31st, 2024. It includes 1 count of conspiracy, a Class 2 felony, 1 count of dangerous drug possession for sale, a Class 2 felony, and 1 count of illegal control of enterprise, a Class 3 felony. I am going to appoint an attorney to represent you and set an arraignment hearing March 12th at 8:30. I am affirming the cash-only appearance bond of $100,000. If bond is posted, you'll have written conditions of release you'll need to comply with. All of that information will be in your paperwork. Did you have any questions?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, just step to your left. They'll give you your paperwork. Thank you, sir. Mr. Tovar to the podium. And Mr. Chavez to the chair.
Up next on The Price is Wrong.
Good evening. Could I get your name and date of birth?
Sean Taylor Tovar, February 25th, 2002.
Thank you, sir. And do I have the state on the line?
I can't even see this guy's eyes.
Still here. Ashley Stetson on behalf of the state.
Thank you, ma'am. And it looks like we are here today on a new Superior Court case. It does include 1 count of armed robbery with a deadly weapon, a Class 2 felony, and 1 count of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon or dangerous instrument, a Class 3 felony. Probable cause has been found, and I'm going to appoint an attorney to represent you. You're going to have a status conference March 11th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing March 13th at 8:30. Before I address your release conditions, would the state like to put their recommendations on the record?
Yes, Your Honor. The state is asking for a bond to be set in the amount of $75,000 secured. This case occurred back in 2021, where it's alleged that the suspect entered a sunglass hut at the Arizona Mills Mall. The suspect was alleged to have been a past shoplifter from that business, and the victim was an employee of the business, knew the suspect to be a past shoplifter of the store. The suspect did allegedly enter the store with a multi-purpose tool in his hand. It does appear, based on the page 2, that there was a knife or something sharp already open from the multi-purpose tool when the suspect entered the store.
So in other words,
the victim did attempt to stop the suspect, and as a result of that, the victim was stabbed.
Hey, he had a Swiss Army knife,
which created about a 3-centimeter laceration that was required staples to as a part of the treatment. The suspect did leave a hat at the scene of the crime. The DNA from the hat was tested. However, in 2021, there was not any hits. It wasn't until January of this year that the
damn, they straight CSI'd his ass.
DNA results did come back with a hit for the suspect as well as the suspect's girlfriend or then girlfriend. Through investigative means, the Tempe PD did determine that the suspect was the individual involved in the offense. Suspect is, I think, believes, has 2 open cases currently, Your Honor. He is being held on bond. However, the state does believe that $75,000 for these charges is appropriate, and the state would just ask that Your Honor impose the conditions set out in the written recommendation. Thank you.
He's going to prison.
Thank
he's
you,
in prison,
counsel.
but he's staying in prison.
So, sir, it does look like you're already being held on a $250,000 cash bond that was set for a different case on October 14th, 2024. This offense did take place on April 30th, 2021. I am setting a $75,000 cash-only appearance bond that is in addition to the other bond on your other case. If you do post bond, you will be released to pretrial services, and they will equip you with electronic monitoring. You'll have additional written conditions of release to include not returning to the scene of the alleged crime, no contact with any alleged victims, complainants, or witnesses.
Oh, wow.
All of that will be in your paperwork. Did you have any questions?
No.
Okay, just up to your left, they'll give you that paperwork. Thank you, sir.
Hey, what up, Bell Bond?
Mr. Chavez to the podium.
Up
and
next.
Shane Lastique to the chair.
On The Price is Wrong. Let's see who comes in now. What kind of case do you guys think is going to be now? We got a manslaughter.
Good evening,
we got
sir.
a robbery.
Can I get your name and date of
What
birth?
now?
Dennis Chavez, 09/16/1981.
Thank you.
Kinda
And Ms.
looks like
Stetson,
DJ
you'll be
Khaled.
appearing on this case as well, correct?
Yes, Your Honor. Ashley Stetson on behalf of the state.
Thank you so much. And it looks like we are here today on a new Superior Court case. It does include 1 count of conspiracy to commit fraudulent schemes, a Class 2 felony, 1 count of conspiracy to commit arson of an occupied structure, a Class 2 felony, 1 count of forgery with a written instrument, a Class 4 felony, 1 count of conspiracy to commit fraudulent insurance practice, a Class 6 felony, 1 count of conspiracy for endangerment, a Class 6 felony, and 1 count of conspiracy false report to law enforcement, a Class 1 misdemeanor. Probable cause has been found, and I am going to appoint an attorney to represent you. I'm going to set a status conference on March 11th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on March 13th at 8:30. Those will take place in the downtown Superior Courthouse on Madison Street. Would the state put their recommendation on the record, please?
Yes, Your Honor. The state is
not her
requesting bond be set in the amount of $50,000 secured. The suspect is alleged to have conspired with other individuals to set his car on fire for the purposes of collecting an insurance claim money. The state is a little unsure if based on the Form 4, if the $100,000 was the car value, or if the $100,000 was the money the suspect was going to receive as a result of the insurance claim. However, the car was set on fire. The suspect is alleged to have reported that car stolen and signed the stolen vehicle documents. The suspect did file a insurance claim with State Farm Insurance.
Jake? Did somebody
there
say
are
Jake from State Farm?
messages with the co-defendants as well as video to support the allegation. So the state does believe that $50,000 is appropriate, Your Honor, and the state is requesting that Your Honor order the conditions set out in the written recommendation. Thank you.
Thank you, counsel.
This fool's done. He is done. Put a fork in him That looks
The court
like
is going to order
president
a
of,
$50,000 secured appearance bond. If you
It is
post bond,
live,
you will have
yeah.
written conditions of release. It will include not returning to the scene of the alleged crime and no contact with any alleged victims, complainants, or witnesses. All of this information will be in your paperwork. Did you have any questions, sir?
It seems pretty excessive. I don't have any priors or criminal history.
You're about to have a bunch of priors.
For the bond. I'm married to 2 kids.
You're married to 2 kids?
And I'm the sole provider for my family.
Caso cerrado.
It just seems pretty excessive.
Que salga,
You are facing
desgraciado.
some very serious charges here today, and there are some very serious allegations that have been alleged against you, along with a lot of evidence at this point that indicates that we have probable cause to move forward with these charges. They've done a lot of background investigation prior to arresting you on these charges. The statute does require me to look at 15 factors when setting the bond. There is information indicated in the Form 4, as counsel said, that the loss is about $100,000, or what you were going to obtain from the insurance claim was $100,000. And so there is, again, you're facing serious charges in this case. So the bond at $50,000 will remain today. It is secured, meaning you can use a bail bonding company. So when you get to the back, they'll give you access to a phone as well as phone numbers. That's typically going to be about 10% plus collateral. Any other questions regarding the release conditions?
No, thank you.
Okay, thank you. If you'll step to your left, they'll give you your paperwork.
Sorry, no tortilla.
Mr. Lestique to the podium. And Christopher
Sorry, no
to the
tortilla
chair.
for him.
Good evening. Can I get your name and date of birth?
Shane Lastique, 020782.
Thank you, sir. And it does look like you are here on a grand jury warrant. It's for an offense date of April 27th, 2024, for 1 count of burglary in the 2nd degree, a Class 3 felony, and 1 count of criminal trespass in the 1st degree, a residential structure, a Class 6 felony. I am going to appoint counsel and set an arraignment hearing on March 12th at 8:30. I am affirming the secured appearance bond of $10,000 in this case. If you post bond, you have written conditions of release. It will include not returning to the scene of the alleged crime, no contact with any alleged victims, complainants, or witnesses,
Myers.
and all of that will be in
He
your
does look
paperwork.
like
Did
Mike
you have any
Myers.
questions?
No.
Okay, just step to your left. They'll give you that paperwork. Christopher to the podium, and Javier Lopez to the chair.
Sí, señorita Laura.
Good evening. Can I get your name and date of birth?
Yeah, my name is Christopher Fiat. My date of birth is November 21st, 1991.
Thank you, sir. And it does look like we are here on a new Superior Court case. It does include 1 count of aggravated assault on a first responder, a Class 5 felony, and 1 count of disorderly conduct, a Class 1 misdemeanor. Probable cause has been found, and I'm going to appoint an attorney to represent you.
This
You're going
is
to have a
real
status
time.
conference March 11th at 8:30, and a preliminary hearing on March 13th at 8:30. You have a secured appearance bond of $1,500 in this case. If you post bond, you're not to initiate any contact with any alleged victims, complainants, or witnesses. All of that will be in your paperwork. Did you have any questions?
Oh, you're good.
Okay, thank you. If you step to your left, they'll give you that paperwork.
Drop one, flush one.
Mr. Lopez to the podium and Mr. Ruiz to the chair.
Ahorita, señorita Laura. No se enoje,
Good
por
evening. Can I
favor.
get your name and date of birth?
Javier Molina Lopez, July 22nd of 1991.
Thank you, sir. And it does look like you are here on a direct complaint that was filed. It's for an offense date of August 21st, 2022. It includes 1 count of unlawful flight from law enforcement vehicle, a Class 5 felony, and 1 count of criminal damage, a Class 6 felony. I'm going to appoint an attorney to represent you and set a status conference on March 11th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on March 13th at 8:30. And I'm affirming the secured appearance bond of $1,500 in this case.
I'm sorry, ma'am. What was the first charge?
Unlawful flight from a law enforcement vehicle?
For flight from a law enforcement. That's the first time I hear about that.
Yeah, all of a sudden.
Let's
Wait,
see
what?
I can see.
Unless
Yeah, I had understood that it was
Scooby-Doo?
trespass or something like that.
And you're
I thought his
Javier
shirt
Molina
said
Lopez?
Yeah.
uncensored.
Okay. Count one, it says, on August 21st, 2022, while driving a vehicle, willfully fled or attempted to elude a pursuing official law enforcement vehicle, which was appropriately marked to show that it was an official law enforcement vehicle and was being operated in a manner described, and then it lists multiple statutes. That's what the direct complaint indicates. I don't have really any additional, I don't have the underlying facts, but that's
Your
what
Honor,
they've alleged in there.
It's not me.
So, I mean, you're entitled to a trial, so if you don't believe that that's something that is appropriate, talk to your attorney about that. You will meet your attorney at your next hearing, which will be on March 11th. You will have to post a $1,500 bond in order to be released from custody, though, okay? Any questions?
No, Your Honor.
All right, thank you, sir. If you'll step to your left, they'll give you your paperwork.
Hey, if that was me and I was there for something I didn't do,
Mr.
they confused
Ruiz
me.
To the podium.
You better believe they would have been holding me on contempt for
Mr.
court.
Kirk
I would
to
have
the
been
chair.
getting tased. I ain't going out like that.
Good evening. Can I get
Drag
your name
me,
and date of
hog
birth?
tie me out of the court.
72387.
Thank you, sir. And it does look like you are here on a grand jury warrant. It's for an offense date of January 5th, 2024 and January 6th, 2024. It includes one count of theft means of transportation, a Class 3 felony, and one count of unlawful means of transportation, a Class 6 felony. I'm going to appoint an attorney and set an arraignment hearing on March 12th at 8:30. I'm affirming the grand jury bond, or the secured appearance bond issued in the grand jury warrant in the amount of $5,000. If you post bond, you have written conditions of release. It will include not returning to the scene of any alleged crime and no contact with any alleged victims, complainants, or witnesses.
Use your nose, Gio.
All of that will be in your paperwork. Did you have any questions?
Use your
Thank you so much. If you step to your left, they'll give you that paperwork.
Thank you.
Next.
Mr. Kirk to the podium and Mr. Ramirez to the chair.
Up next on The Price is Wrong. And if you haven't done so, please do so. Hit that follow button. It's free 99.
Austin Kirk, 81794.
And you say your name one more time?
Austin Kirk.
Thank you, sir. It does look like we are here on a new Superior Court case.
Austin
It
looks
does
like he's in
include
a good
one
one.
count of attempted criminal damage, a Class 4 felony, one count of theft, Class 6 felony, and one count of resisting arrest, passive resistance, a Class 1 misdemeanor. Probable cause has been found, and I'm going to appoint an attorney to represent you. You're going to have a status conference March 11th at 8:30, a preliminary hearing March 13th at 8:30. You have a secured appearance bond in this case of $5,000. If you post bond, you have written conditions of release you'll need to comply with, and you'll need to ensure you attend those hearings. All of that will be in your paperwork. Did you have any questions?
No, ma'am.
Okay, they'll step to your left. They'll give you that paperwork.
That's a trooper right there. He just
Mr.
read it.
Ramirez to the podium.
Let's just get on with it.
Ms.
Ramirez.
Roxana Maciel to the chair.
All right. Let's see what Ramirez did.
How's it going, miss?
Good evening. Could I get your name and date of
It's
birth?
your honor.
Gerardo Ramirez, date of birth 05/24/2004.
Thank you, sir. And it does look like you're here on a probation violation warrant that was issued for you. They've alleged you violated terms 3 and 5 of your probation. I'm going to appoint an attorney and set a probation revocation hearing on March 12th at 8:30. You have a secured appearance bond of $5,000. If you post that bond, you need to contact your probation officer within 72 hours. All of that will be in your paperwork. Did you have any questions?
Yeah, how would I be able to set that? Just because I know with my stepmother, I'm the one having to watch the kids.
Oh.
And she has work.
Yeah.
I was hoping I was going to get released tonight. And I'm not too much in the right position to even afford that bond.
So it looks like this warrant issued in June of 2024, and the judge at that time set your bond at the $5,000. It is secured, meaning you can use a bail bonding company, so it's typically going to be 10% of
Okay,
that plus
I see.
collateral.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, if you'll step to your left, they'll give you that paperwork.
I wouldn't trust this fool.
Thank you.
I wouldn't trust this
Roxana
fool with
to
a
the
pet
podium.
rock or
And
my
John
pet egg,
Sholey
let
to the
alone
chair.
some kids that are breathing. Come on now, you're babysitting. Come on, ain't nobody
Good
leaving
evening.
their
Can I get
kids
your name and date of
with
birth?
that
Yeah, it's
vato.
Roxana Consuegra Maciel, and my birthday is August 7, 1999.
Thank you, ma'am. It does look like you're here on a failure to appear warrant. Looks like you've missed a hearing. I'm going to affirm the attorney previously appointed to represent you. I'm going to set a status conference on March 7th at 8:30. In this case, you have a secured appearance bond. Hold on. Wait a second. I need to edit this.
Quit.
Let me just double check your warrant. Okay, so it's a failure to appear warrant, and you have a secured appearance bond of $2,500 on this case. Okay. If you do post bond, you will have written conditions of release you need to comply with. You'll need to ensure you attend this upcoming hearing to avoid a future failure to appear warrant and forfeiture of any bond that you may post. All of this information will be in your paperwork. Did you have any questions?
No.
Okay, if you'll take a seat outside, we'll reprint that paperwork and bring it to you, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah,
John Sholey to the podium and Thomas Van Story to the chair.
She ain't going nowhere. And let's see what Van story. Let's see what his story is. China. Do the octopus. That's right, Abe. If you're not tapping, you're not napping. Or if you're tapping, you must be napping. Or I don't know what the hell I'm saying. I'm going to have to sleep. Anyhow, hey, highly appreciate you guys. And if you haven't done so, please do so. Hit that follow button. It's free 99. Don't be a Mr. Krabby Patty. Don't be a Scrooge McDuck. Hey, Crystal, thank you for the follow. Highly appreciate that. And Ms. Bell Bonds, thank you for the like. Oscar D, gracias. 10 fingers, 10 toes. That's right, 10 toes down. Hey, gracias, Dale. Highly appreciate that. Yeah, I'm not trying to co-host right now. All right.
Thank you so much.
Was that for sleeping or what? Yeah.
Stand at the podium, please.
Oh, this fool smoked out.
Can I get your name and date of birth?
John James Sequoia Sholey, 11393.
Thank you, sir. And it does look like we are here on a new municipal court case coming out of Surprise.
Yes.
We have 2 counts of assault. We have 3 counts of disorderly conduct and 1 count of assault causing fear of physical injury. All of these are misdemeanors. Probable cause has been found, and I am going to appoint counsel to represent you. You're going to have an arraignment hearing in the Surprise Municipal Court on March 11th at 1:30 in the afternoon. You have a secured appearance bond of $2,000.
I think so.
If bond is posted, you have written conditions of release to include not returning to the scene of the alleged crime and no contact with any alleged victims, complainants, or witnesses. All of this information will be in your paperwork. Did you have any questions?
No, ma'am.
All right, if you step to your left, I'll give you that paperwork, sir. Thank you.
I might be a little bit outdated with my
Mr.
terminology.
Van Story to the podium.
But do people still say smoked out? Or what do they call them now?
Mr. Brown to the chair.
You know, man, I'm a bit on the older side
Good
now.
evening.
So
Can I get your name and date of birth?
word might have
Thomas
changed.
Van Story, 43081.
Thank you. It looks like we're here on a failure to appear warrant. I am going to affirm the attorney previously appointed to represent you. You'll have a hearing on March.
Burnt out.
You'll have a hearing on March 12th at 8:30 in the downtown Superior Courthouse on Jefferson Street. I am affirming the secured appearance bond of $1,500. If you post that bond, you have written conditions of release you need to comply with. You'll need to ensure you attend that hearing to avoid a future failure to appear warrant and forfeiture of any bond that you may post in this case. All of that will be in your paperwork. Did you have any questions?
No.
Okay, just step to your left. I'll give you that paperwork.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Marcel Brown to the podium.
Let's see what Marcel Brown did. What do you guys think,
Devon
Marcel?
Gray to the chair.
And Devon. Let's see what Devon did. DUI, maybe a little assault and
Good
battery.
evening. Can I get your name and date of birth?
Marcel Brown, December 1st, 1995.
Thank you. And it does look like you're here on 3 probation violation warrants. They've alleged you violated terms 3 and 5 in all 3 of your cases. I'm going to appoint counsel and set a probation revocation hearing on March 12th at 8:30. In one case, you have a secured appearance bond of $500. In the other 2 cases, it's $250 each. So the total is $1,000 between your 3 cases. If you post that bond, you have written conditions of release to include contacting your probation officer within 72 hours.
We call that
All
the
of that will be
straitjacket.
listed in your paperwork. Did you have any questions? All right, just step to your left. I'll give you that paperwork.
It must be cold in there.
Mr. Gray to the podium and Ms. Cochran to the chair.
I'm pretty sure he's. Did he have a fanny pack on? I think I saw a fanny pack on that guy. Are guys wearing fanny packs nowadays? Damn, I'm definitely
Can I
outdated.
get your name and date of birth?
It's Sleepy Brown.
Ramon Gray, 6/1997.
Thank you, sir. And it does look like you are here on a direct complaint that was filed, and it's for an offense date of January 15th, 2024. And it does include 1 count of narcotic drug possession, a Class 4 felony. I'm going to appoint counsel to represent you and set a status conference March 11th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing March 13th at 8:30. You have a secured appearance bond of $1,000. If you post bond, you have written conditions of release you'll need to comply with, and then you'll need to ensure you attend those hearings to avoid any failure to appear warrants. All of that will be in your paperwork. Did you have any questions?
No.
All right, if you'll step to your left, I'll give you that paperwork, sir.
No say.
Ms. Cochran to the podium and Mr. Olson to the chair.
You cut out for a minute, man. My cheap internet is not working. Did he wear a shirt with
Hello, can I get your name and date of birth?
Chantel Cochran, July 1887.
Thank you, ma'am. It does look like you are here on a failure to appear bench warrant that was issued for you.
Yeah, I didn't know.
Will affirm the attorney that was previously appointed to represent you. In this case, you have a secured appearance bond of $500. If you post that bond, you have written conditions of release you need to comply with. They remain the same as they were the last time you were seen by a judge. And you will need to ensure you attend that hearing to avoid a future failure to appear warrant, as well as a forfeiture. Because if you post bond and you don't show up, you'll forfeit any bond that you might post.
She ain't
Do you have any questions?
Yeah, I didn't know I had a warrant out for my arrest. No one contacted me about anything.
How come nobody told her? Come on now.
Let's take a look.
Who dropped the ball? Who didn't let her know she was supposed to go to court? Man, how dare they inconvenience her like that? Now look at the situation she's in. Come on now. You miss me with that, man. Come on, people just need to man up or woman up and.
Or no lawyer contacted me, so I don't know what lawyer you're talking about either.
Knock it off. Knock it off. Come on. How old are you? What are you, like 50
So it looks like
years
in
old?
July of 2024, there was a motion for suspension of prosecution. And that was ordered in July of 2024. In December of 2024, the prosecutor's office filed a motion to reinstate prosecution relating to these charges, and these are from June of 2024.
It's my fault. I do that all the
Back,
time.
it looks like in December of 2024, the court mailed out a minute entry.
I never got anything.
Setting a hearing.
She don't live there
So
anymore.
if you
She
didn't
moved.
have your address updated with the court, that may be why you didn't get it.
Is she gonna give her a break?
When you failed to appear at the hearing, they set based on that minute entry.
When
They
I
issued
got
the
high, I
warrant for
forgot
your
all this
failure
stuff,
to
too.
appear.
Oh, yeah, I didn't receive anything.
She might get a break.
So when you go to your next hearing, make sure you update your address with
she's
them,
not gonna
because
give
it
her a
does look
break?
like
I did
after
today.
the fact. Oh, you did? Okay, good.
Yes, because I didn't know lawyer, nobody contacted me, so I didn't know what was going on. I thought that they just closed the little class out, and it was just going to be on my record. That's what I was told. I didn't know nothing else.
Yeah, you can talk to your attorney further, but it looks like they deferred, like I said, they were deferring prosecution, and when they reinstated it, they must have implied that you didn't follow through with something you were supposed to follow through with, so that's why they reinstated it, and they set that hearing.
You dropped the ball.
Part of it was for not keeping your address current with them, and so I think that was part of the issue. So again, just make sure you keep that updated with them. Make sure you go to that hearing. When you get your paperwork today, it'll give you the date, time, and location.
Okay.
Go to that to avoid that, and you'll meet your attorney at that hearing too.
Okay, so how do I go about the bond?
So when you get to the back, they'll give you information and a phone, as well as phone numbers to post that. You can either contact a bail bonding company to do that, or you can have family or friends post the $500, unless you happen to have had $500 cash when you were picked up.
Okay.
If you'll step to your left, actually, we'll need to reprint number 6 and 5.
I don't got
So
enough.
this case needs reprinted.
I don't have enough money for eggs right now, let alone for a bailout.
Mr. Olson to the podium.
My
And Mr. Villa to the chair.
Next, hey, this Wednesday is definitely off the hook already. We're already 43 minutes in. Hell yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Good evening. Can I get your name and date of birth?
Hi, yes, my name is Tyler Kyle Olson, August 16th, 1993.
Thank you so much. It does look like we're here on 2 probation violation warrants. They've alleged you violated terms 3 and 5 in each of your probation cases.
Tyler looks pretty
I'll
rough.
appoint counsel and set a probation revocation hearing on March 12th at 8:30. That does apply to both cases.
Yes, ma'am.
You have a $250 bond in each case for a total secured appearance bond of $500.
Yes, ma'am.
If you post that bond, you have written conditions of release to include contacting your probation officer within 72 hours of release. All of this will be in your paperwork. Did you have any questions?
I was wondering if that could possibly be released to my own recognizance. Right now, I'm actually in the middle of
You're tweaking. Hell no.
Becoming a father.
Oh, really?
It's a whole new
Are you,
experience for me.
You're having a baby?
And I need to be there. So my girlfriend, in the process of what she's going through, she's she's special needs because she has schizophrenia.
High risk? Oh.
And I'm the main provider for the family.
Okay.
Right now.
Uh-huh.
I would be in a great great blessing to be able to be there and see like the first ultrasound. She's 12 weeks pregnant.
12 weeks.
Huge deal. I'm so sorry. Like I've never experienced anything like this in my life. This is the first time I get to be a man, and I had some stuff on my plate that I'm sorry.
Okay.
I lost track of it, and I'm trying to be there still for her and still be a man and take care of what I need to.
That fool's definitely on a good one right now. He is on a good one.
I wouldn't know any other way how to go about it, and I wouldn't beg
He's
you
about
guys
to be hurting.
if it wasn't if it wasn't true. I'm so sorry. The only thing I can do is just be honest right now.
Hey, these fools, these people that are be on these substances, they're kind of crafty when it comes up with these
it looks like you failed to report multiple occasions. This wasn't just a one-time incident.
Judge,
they've listed.
Please, Judge, please.
4 dates that you did not report as directed, and that they also do not have your current whereabouts because you were not residing in a residence that was approved by adult probation. And it looks like you were just put on probation in July of last year, and you've already had multiple incidences of not complying with your probation officer. So for those reasons, the bond is going to remain, and you will have a $500 bond that will need to be posted in order to be released. If you'll step to your left, they'll give you that.
Who's my probation officer? I'll take care of that right now.
Let's see if I can look.
You ain't gonna take care of nothing, homeboy. You're gonna go over there. You're gonna go sleep for like about a week. You're gonna be just throwing up and crapping all over the place.
Right? Probation department. Yeah. Okay, it'll provide you the probation department if you don't know her number, and then you can just ask for her. It won't be her direct line.
Okay, and then my next question is, I know I have some court cases out in Pima County.
What?
I don't know if that'll coincide with.
Oh, we're gonna be seeing him in Pima County soon
I
too.
don't show those. You believe you have warrants out of Pima County?
No. I just took care of those, and they just OR'd me on all of them. And then this randomly popped up at the last second.
Oh, they extradited you from Pima? Okay. So if you were OR'd on those, then the only thing I see is these 2 cases in Maricopa, so you just have to post this bond if you were OR'd on those. But then you need to make sure you attend all the hearings down there and up here. I don't know where you live, but you're going to have to make sure you coordinate to get to both of those locations or get permission to appear telephonically at those hearings, depending on which county you do live in.
Okay.
Okay. So just make sure you get the permission before you.
Court is when? The 12th? You said?
Let me look. Yeah.
I'm gonna have to clip it. Let me take a picture. Where's my phone? That's so
Mr. Villa to the podium. Mr. Steins to the chair.
And not I'd be forgetting to clip these if I don't take a picture. So let me see right here. See. Here we go. Next up on The Price is Wrong. Let's see what kind of excuses they're gonna come up with today. My cat.
Good evening. Can I get your name and date of birth?
My court date.
And your date of birth.
2287.
Thank you, sir. It does look like you are here on a probation violation warrant for violating terms 3 and 5 of your probation.
Yeah.
I'm going to appoint counsel and set a probation revocation hearing on March 12th at 8:30. You have a secured appearance bond of $100. If bond is posted, you have written conditions of release to include contacting your probation officer within 72 hours. All of this information will be in your paperwork. Did you have any questions, sir?
No.
All right, if you'll step to your left, we'll give you that paperwork.
That fool's,
Mr. Sines to the podium.
He's definitely
and
going
Martin
through it.
To the chair.
Yeah, so if you don't like how it looks right here, if you jump on the YT page, it's full 1080p over there.
Your name and date of birth?
No projector activity.
Sorry about my hands in my pocket. My pants are falling.
You're okay.
My name is Elior Sines. Date of birth is 9/23/81.
Thank you, sir. And it does look like you are here on a direct complaint that was filed. It's for an offense date of May 14th, 2024. It includes 1 count of narcotic drug possession for use, a Class 4 felony, and 1 count of tampering with physical evidence or attempt to destroy or alter, Class 6 felony. I'm going to appoint an attorney to represent you and set a status conference March 11th at 8:30, a preliminary hearing on March 13th at 8:30. You have a secured appearance bond in this case of $50. If bond is posted, you have written conditions of release you need to comply with. You'll need to ensure you attend those hearings to avoid any failure to appear warrants and forfeiture of that bond. Any questions, sir?
No, ma'am.
All right, if you'll step to your left, they'll give you that paperwork.
So this is...
So I can be bonded out right now?
Correct on this. I do show you might have a hold out of Glendale.
I just seen Glendale this morning.
You already did Glendale? Okay. And then did you handle City of Phoenix?
I think that was the last one that I got.
Okay, if you haven't handled that, you can ask the officers. They'll know, but their next court time is at 10 a.m. tomorrow morning if you are on a hold for them. I'm not sure. It just shows that you had a failure to appear within August of 2024, but that's all I can say.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, so this is
Martin to the podium.
This is
Mr. Jackman to the chair.
Maricopa, Arizona, and this is live. This is actually happening right now, and I know our brains can't, comprehend that there's court at this late at night. But Arizona things
Good evening, ma'am.
definitely run
Can I get your name and
differently.
date of birth? Tara Martin, 11585. Thank you, ma'am. It does look like you are here on a probation violation warrant with allegations you violated terms 4, 5, 7, and 15.
Okay.
I'm going to appoint counsel and set a probation revocation hearing on March 12th at 8:30. I am releasing you today on your own recognizance as you promised to appear at that hearing. You do need to contact your probation officer within 72 hours of being released, and all of this information will be in your paperwork. Did you have any questions? No. Okay, just up to your left. I'll give you that paperwork, ma'am. Thank you. Mr. Jackman to the podium.
Up next on the Price is Wrong. Let's see. Now she's starting to let them out. She didn't let. We were 50 minutes in, and she didn't let one
Good evening,
soul
can I get
out.
your name and date of birth?
So now.
Good evening, Your Honor. It's Robert Jackman, January 20, 1968.
Thank you, sir. And it does look like you are here on a warrant coming out of the West Mesa Justice Court. It relates to an offense date in May of 2021 for drug paraphernalia and an open liquor container in a vehicle. And there was a hearing set in November 2023, and it indicates you failed to appear at that hearing, and as a result, this warrant issued. Due to the nature of your charges, you're not entitled to court-appointed counsel, but you can hire an attorney at your own expense. I'm going to set an arraignment hearing in the West Mesa Justice Court on March 25th at 8:30 in the morning. I'm going to release you on your own recognizance that you promised to appear at that hearing. You'll have written conditions of release you need to comply with, and then ensure you attend that hearing to avoid a future failure to appear warrant and being held on bond. Do you have any questions, sir?
I don't.
Okay, just up to your left. I'll give you that paperwork.
So these people, they're in street clothes because they just got
And
picked
then
up
can
within
we
the
clear
last.
the courtroom for these next two?
Hey, this is gonna be bad right now. If you've ever had any type of trauma and you don't like to hear these type of things, it's probably best for you to exit. Normally these are SA offenses or SOs. If you catch my drift, So I'm gonna leave it at that. You've been warned. But if you're a chismoso, then stick around because things are about to get interesting right now. He said yes to the first He said yes too fast, laughing out loud. He's not going to court. Good looking out for sure. Híjoles. Coma. Yep. Time to lock in. Yup, Maricopa Jail, Arizona. So this is probably going to be the last case of the night. Damn, we had a good run, almost an hour of nonstop cases, and this is live Maricopa County in Arizona. You see, I love Mr. Magoo.
All right.
with
Can I
the
have Mr.
paperwork.
Warlow to the podium and Mr. Aguilar to the chair?
It's about to get crazy.
Good evening, sir. Could I get your name and date of birth?
Nimley Warlow, August 31st, 1999.
Thank you, sir. And it does look like we are here on a grand jury warrant that was issued for you. And it's for an offense date of May 20th, 2024 for one count of failure to register as a sex offender, a class 4 felony. And then you have a second count also for failure to register as a sex offender, and that's for an offense date of October 24th, 2023 to May 14th, 2024. I am going to appoint an attorney to represent you and set an arraignment hearing in the downtown Superior Courthouse on March 12th at 8:30. In this case, you have a cash-only appearance bond of $1,000. If you post that bond, you'll have written conditions of release you need to comply with, and you'll need to ensure you attend that hearing on March 12th to avoid a failure to appear warrant and forfeiture of any bond you may post. All of this information will be in your paperwork. Did you have any questions, sir?
You said I had a warrant issued on May 24th.
That's your offense date. The warrant issued August 23rd, 2024.
I have a paperwork here that on that day I registered. I have my paperwork I'm registered for Maricopa County.
We don't care about that.
On August 23rd?
Too late.
August 23rd?
I don't know. You said on that date, on what date?
No, you said the events happened on May 24th, right?
May 20th of 2024 is one of the offense dates. The other offense date dates back to 2023.
Okay.
Checkmate,
All
boy.
Okay. Keep that. If you have proof you've done that, go ahead and keep it and present that to your attorney when you meet with them on March 12th to get this resolved, okay?
All right.
If you'll step to your left, they'll give you that paperwork, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Aguilar Serrano.
Another one? Oh, snap. Let me get the toilet ready. Drop one, flush one. I don't know what he did, but it's not going to be good. So we'll go ahead and do a preemptive strike,
Good evening,
if you
sir.
will.
Can I get your name and date of birth?
Francisco, May 18, 2001.
And your last name?
Aguilar.
Thank you, sir. And Ms. Stetson, can I get your appearance for the record?
Yes, Your Honor. Ashley Stetson on behalf of the state.
Her again.
Thank you, counsel. We are here today on a new Superior Court case. It does include one count of child sex trafficking with a minor under the age of 15, a Class 2 felony, and one count of sexual conduct with a minor, a Class 2 felony. Probable cause has been found, and I'm going to appoint an attorney to represent you. I'm going to set a status conference on March 11th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on March 13th at 8:30. Next, we're going to discuss your release conditions. Would the state like to put their recommendations on the record?
Yes, Your Honor. The state is asking for a bond of $100,000 cash. The allegations of this case are that the suspect arranged with the trafficker to have sex with the 14-year-old victim in order to reduce the sex trafficker's rent. Like the state said, the victim in this case is 14 years old.
14.
And so the state believes that a $100,000 cash bond is in place. As the state also mentioned in their written recommendation, the suspect is looking at a life sentence. This offense occurred after the new law went into effect, which was November 25th of 2024. This incident is alleged to have occurred in January or February of this year. Additionally, Your Honor, the state believes that the suspect is a risk to the community. The suspect allegedly had sex with a 14-year-old, which is obviously against the law, and that just in general, Your Honor, that creates a huge concern for the state. State is also asking for electronic monitoring, which is statutorily mandated, as well as no contact with the co-defendant. Your Honor, the state did put that information in the recommendation. No contact with any victims, witnesses, or involved law enforcement. No possess or consume any alcohol or illegal substances, and no possession of firearms. Based on the potential prison sentence, as well as the allegations themselves, the state has real concerns that the suspect would be a flight risk and he is a danger to the community. So for those reasons, the state does believe that $100,000 cash bond is appropriate. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Stetson. The court is going to issue a cash-only appearance bond of $100,000. If you do post bond, you'll be released to pretrial services and you'll be equipped with electronic monitoring. In addition to that, you have written conditions of release. It does include not returning to the scene of the alleged crime, no contact with any alleged victims, complainants, or witnesses. You are not to have any contact with any co-defendants. You are not to have contact with any minors. You are not to possess any weapons, and you are not to consume any alcohol. All of this information will be in your paperwork. Did you have any questions, sir?
Yeah, what's up with that?
Does it matter that I didn't know that they didn't tell me your age?
So I wouldn't recommend speaking to the facts of the case today. Your attorney is not here today.
It don't matter.
Discuss those concerns as it relates to the facts of the case with your attorney, okay?
Okay.
All right. If you'll step to your left. Officer, we had to reprint the paperwork. If you could hand him the paperwork up here. Thank you so much, Ms. Stetson.
Why is that the first thing somebody says? They don't know the age. Like, when you're an adult, you could tell the difference between a child and somebody that's of legal age just by the way they speak,
Case number
by the way they look.
Andrew Andrus.
There's always signs.
August 16th, 1976 will proceed as a house call due to being unable to function. We are here on a probation violation warrant. with allegations of violating terms 2, 3, 4, 5, and 15. I am going to appoint counsel and set a probation revocation hearing on March 12th at 8:30. And I am affirming the secured appearance bond of $500. He'll have written conditions of release. If anything changes after I meet with him, I will update the written record. Case number 32, 33, and 34, Carlos Zapata, date of birth August 10th, 1974, will proceed as a house call due to being a danger to self. Case number 32 is a new Superior Court case for 1 count of narcotic drug possession, a Class 4 felony. For purposes of this hearing only, I am not finding probable cause. I am still, however, appointing counsel and setting a status conference on March 20th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on March 24th at 8:30. And the defendant is cautioned that the charges have not been dismissed and he needs to attend those hearings to avoid a failure to appear warrant. We also have 2 probation violation warrants with allegations of violating terms 3, 4, and 5. I am appointing counsel and setting a probation revocation hearing on March 12th at 8:30. I am affirming the secured appearance bond of $750 in the first case and $500 in the second case for a total of $1,250. If bond is posted, he'll have written conditions of release to include contacting his probation officer within 72 hours. And if anything changes...
Oh, damn, they cut it. Okay, so I know you guys are wondering what's happening right now. How come nobody's on the screen? Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and break it down for you with my limited skills here, if you will. Okay, so towards the end of the court, if there's anybody that has messed up charges, SO type of charges, what they'll do is they'll empty out the whole courtroom. They'll make sure that there's nobody else in there because obviously the court doesn't want them to be attacked, in their presence. Okay. Once they get down with those cases, if they have any of those type of cases, they'll do what is known as a house call. And what that means is the individuals that are up next, for whatever reason, they're not they can't come into the court, whether they're like a threat to themselves, they're a threat to the institution, or maybe they don't play nice with others. So those individuals, they keep them in their cells. And what will happen once the court is done, the judge will go over to their cell and they'll do the court hearing, I guess remotely or in person, if you will. And that's how they handle those individuals. So that's why you don't see anybody up there right now, if that makes any sense. But why? I don't know. I don't work in the court. 3 strikes, 17 long years, California. All right. So hopefully that remote kiosk. So hopefully that answers your question. So why she turn off the audio for? Why she do all that for?
Right at 12, it turned off the recorder. Oh shoot! Do I need to do 25 on the record again? Yeah. Okay. Are we back on? Yes. All right. The recorder went off at midnight, so out of abundance of caution, I'm going to do case number 25 on the record again. That is for Jeremiah Wright. Date of birth, January 22nd, 2002. We are here today on a direct complaint for an offense date of April 3rd, 2023, for 1 count of narcotic drug possession, a Class 4 felony, and 1 count of drug paraphernalia possession, a Class 2 felony. I'm setting a status conference March 11th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing March 13th at 8:30. I am affirming the secured appearance bond of $50. He will have written conditions of release he needs to comply with. However, he also does have a Department of Corrections hold and will likely not be released until he has completed his term with the Department of Corrections. This will be a house call due to being a danger to others, and if anything changes after I meet with him, I will update the written record. We will now stand in recess until the 5 a.m. calendar.
5 a.m. All right, so just so we're on the same page, all right? I normally do these court hearings throughout the day. I think they occur between 7 to 8 times a day in a 24-hour period. There's various different states that I'm currently doing, which is Arizona, which is one of them right now. We do Pima County and Maricopa County. Maricopa is the one you guys were just watching right now. We're also doing Dade County, which is in Florida, or better known as Miami. And we also do border parole hearings in a bunch of different states: Utah, Connecticut, Kentucky, a bunch of other states that I've never been to or care to go to. Anyhow, I do appreciate you guys. If you haven't done so, please do so. Hit that follow button. It's free. It's free 99. Doesn't cost you anything. Can we see Utah? Utah, I do border parole hearings, and for that one, normally those I run them on my TikTok, on my YouTube page. I run those daily, Monday through Thursday. So what's today's Wednesday, right? So we'll have one tomorrow. They normally happen in the morning. Can we see Minnesota? Oh yeah, Minnesota. Let me check. You know what? Let me check when the next Minnesota one is right now. Give me one moment so I could put that information up to let you guys know when is the next Minnesota hearing. Let me just pop it up on the screen here right quick. Let me move this here, and there we go. Give me one moment. Give me one momento here. And Minnesota, where are you? Okay, the next hearing in Minnesota is going to be on March 14. So what are we on today? We're on the 5th. So 9 days. As a matter of fact, let me update because I normally keep track of the dates up here on my bookmarks. So let me see. March. What did I say? March 14? What did I say? I don't even remember. I said something, but whatever. Let me see. All right, then I got that the 14th, March 14. All right, and like I was saying earlier on, like definitely check out our YouTube page. Everything that I put on TikTok, everything's always archived on YouTube. Plus, I got a bunch of other stuff that I don't run on TikTok that's also archived over there. We do interviews from prison with individuals that are currently in prison. We do video visits. And we do prison releases. So we do a little bit of all when it comes to, you know, the realm of incarceration, if that makes any sense. Anyhow, guys, I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up for tonight, but I'll definitely be back tomorrow. I have a lot of time for the next 2 days. I'm probably going to be running a lot of streams. I know I haven't been on lately just because of, you know, time and personal life working. And what's up with the question? Night, buddy. So I do these next 2 days. I'm gonna have some time on my hands, so I'm gonna be jumping on these streams. So make sure you got your alerts set up, so like that you're notified. If you will, normally I don't have a set schedule. I'll just jump on, you know, whenever the you know the time is right. So you know, you'll see me, you know, just jumping on here like out of nowhere. So and I do have 2 accounts on TikTok. We have Buenas Noches. I do have 2 accounts. I got the big account, which has 18,000 followers. We have the smaller account that has 1,500 followers. Thank you for everything. Hey, you're welcome, Miss Bell Bonds, Twin Falls, Idaho. Let me see over here. What do we got over here? Hey, Kayla. Hey, thank you, Kayla. Highly appreciate it. And Adam, hey, thank you. Appreciate those $5 Canadian dollars, if you will. Matthew, good night. See you tomorrow. Thank you for everything. You got it. You got it. And hey, you guys, like I said, you guys definitely can help me out if you guys jump on over to YouTube and hit the follow button over there. It's free also over there. I can't find your YouTube. It's like this. Look, I'll put it on the screen right there. It's at CollectCallFrom. Make sure you put the little at, and then you'll see the little logo right there. And for you guys over here too, at CollectCallFrom. Or if you can't find it, I'll make it even easier. Just go to my profile. All my social media links are located under my profile. I'm in the chat. That's right, Jaden. Hell yeah. Hey, good night, KC fan. Rachel, you're welcome. All right, guys. So I am Collect Call James. Don't forget, if you ain't tapping, you must be napping. That's right. Just passing through. Hey, and I am Collect Call James, and you are watching. You have a Collect Call From. And like I said around here, life's like a candle. Once you blow it out, it slides out. And with that, I am out. Rato y buenas noches. Good night to my non-speaking Spanish friends. My question is, have you seen a medical release court hearing? I have not seen one. I can't say that I have. Yeah, and off the top of my head, I have not seen one. So hopefully that answers your question. Anyhow, with that being said, I'm out. I'll see you guys mañana. And for those of you that don't speak El Español, that means tomorrow. See you tomorrow. All right. Let me go ahead and where's this thing here so I can shut it down. All right, you guys on YouTube, appreciate you guys. I'll see you guys mañana.